Hello, it's Greg Grizzled and Gaijin. We're back. We hope you're having a happy day wherever you're listening to this audio content from. As always, we'd like to thank you for your continued support of Greg Grizzled and Gaijin social media and writing efforts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is episode 009 of the Greg Grizzled and Gaijin, definitely not a podcast show. A light and fluffy look at social media, Japan, Japanese food, expat issues, and life in general. As always, we'd like to thank you for your retweets of this and all the great content that we actively tweet and retweet on Craig Hoffman 11 on Twitter. Thank you in advance for your help in getting the good word of Greg Grizzled and Gaijin social media out there. Today's topic is a Greg Grizzled and Gaijin mailbag question. Somebody wrote and asked, what are the biggest mistakes that you have personally made and people you have known as foreigners living in Japan have made during their time here? Good question. I'll break it up into two parts. First, my personal failings. I could go on for hours, but I'll just give you the basic highlights. And I'll talk about some of the larger issues that have plagued some of my great expat friends over the years. Personally, my biggest mistake early was making foreign friends. I came to Japan. I spoke no Japanese. There was a large foreign community in my area. Many of them lived in the same apartment building that I did. We hung out constantly. We did things all the time, and we did it all in English. That was very good for helping me to survive my first year, almost two here in Japan. But it was not good for my Japanese, and it was not good for my ability to learn and understand Japanese life and culture. And when all of those people left and they were replaced by people who I did not have friendships with, it became a bit of a lonely experience. The second thing I'll say is I wish I had never started social media. That surprises a lot of people. Years ago, I had a blog. It was easy to write about my daily life in Japan. I had some time, so I wrote almost every day. Foreigners came, as I said, and replaced those people who I was great friends with, and they got wind that I was not a fan of them. They went in search of information and they got it, and it quickly put a schism in the foreigner community that I was in. I didn't care as I was older, and by that time I did have some Japanese and my life was busy and I was dating people, but I do wish that I had thought better before going down the road of social media and blogging as a younger foreigner. I see a lot of foreigners today that they run at the fingers, as it were, on social media, and then they wonder why there is a lot of drama and trouble in their life. If you cause me drama on Twitter or on Facebook, I don't even bother to respond. You get blocked, and I wish I had been better at that as a younger expat here in Japan. I wasn't, and I paid a high price for that. As far as mistakes that other foreigners have made that I have seen, many of them, of course, didn't save enough money and they found transitions back to their countries or continuing to live here rather difficult. Money definitely matters when it's time to go home. I think many people, of course, missed the boat as far as finding someone. I was very lucky to have found someone here. That was not my intention. I was going to go back to America. I was going to go back to either graduate school, probably law school. And I did have some desire to eventually find someone to share my life with. I don't know that that was a wife per se, but I would have liked somebody in my life, and I was lucky to have found that. But for many of my foreign friends, they went back to school. They were a bit older. They didn't find anybody. They got into the workforce if they didn't go back to graduate school, for example, and they really felt and have written me that they missed an opportunity to find someone to share their lives with. Life gets busy, and there's just not time to make those social connections like they would have liked. I think for the successful foreigners that went back, they found graduate school, they found love, and they put their life together. And for many of the friends that I had, sadly, they didn't do that. And many of them wish that they could come back to the quote old days here in Japan. Many of them write me about how good those times were, and they really were. But now, of course, they're really over. Finally, the biggest mistake that I think everyone has written is not really appreciating the experience of living in Japan while they have the chance. Embrace every opportunity, and of course that's big travel if you can do it, but even the daily opportunities of walking down the street, getting on the train, watching people, and really engaging Japan and all it has to offer. Time is short and it goes by in the blink of an eye, and people often wish they had made more of the time that they had here. That's it, and have a great day.